Okay, now, so welcome to episode 21, part 2. As you can tell, we were losing before. Well, not too much, but we were losing somewhat. Made a few changes to the clan, and the differences have been dramatic. So, last war was a great win against a clan level 9 called City of Angels, and I believe they're in Philippines. So, they were pretty good, not too bad, but we pretty much destroyed them. And if it wasn't for my mess up, we would have had a perfect war. Imperfect war in our terms. Town Hall 10 will get 2 stars. Everything else will get 3 stars. So I messed up. I'll admit to it. I got 1 star on number 1. Should have been 2 stars, but hey, I'm not playing this game as much as I used to. So we're gonna go through some hits here. Amazing Goho hits. So let me just pause the video once in a while to pick and choose some good, great Goho hits. Alright, so we found one right away. We'll start with the top, go down to the bottom. Um, Whether I start from the bottom to the top, it doesn't matter because Goho practically uses the same strategy and the same tactics, and you try to select certain bases that you want to hit with Goho. So we'll start with Casper, who hit number 5 for 3 stars. Let me explain what he does before we get into it. So he sees the Archer Queen here and the clan castle here. So the best thing to do would be to pretty much start from this side, split up your golems, have your wizards behind. He has 11 wizards. I prefer to use something like maybe 8 or 10, depending on what town hall level you are in terms of how much camp space you have. He'll use a jump to open up over here if you're town hall 8 or town hall 7, or don't even bother doing Goho on town hall 7. But if you're a town hall 8, you won't be using jump. You'll be using 3 heals, and you'll use the wall breakers to open up the area where you want the golems to enter. So for town hall 9, he has an extra spell. He's going to use a jump. He's going to bring 2 poison spells, and that's a good idea because the first poison spell will be for the clan castle. The second poison spell will be for any skeletons that pop up. So once he enters this way, he'll pretty much have this entire section distracted. Once they're distracted, he's going to send the golems from this side and pretty much just wipe this way, depending on where the big bombs may be. So this is a good base for Goho because a lot of the defenses are compact, and you can tell practically where the big bombs may be. They are possibly here or here. Now my guess is there might have been a few Teslas here, so risk of double big bomb would be less likely to be around here. So let's go and watch this hit. And notice how he places the heal spell. Like I've explained in the other videos, you want to place the heal spell where a bulk of the defenses are and where the hogs will be. You don't want to put where the hogs are, or you don't want to put the heal behind the hogs, because you're practically wasting a heal spell that could be used to its maximal efficiency. So you want to place the heal spell ahead of the hogs, and predetermine where the hogs will end up at. You do that, you will maximize heal spells, and you might even have some spare heal spells. Chris loves doing that. So pretty much you just predetermine where the hogs will be, and that's where you spam your heal. So since he saw that big bomb over here, most likely the two other spots would be right here and here. And that's exactly why he put the heal spell here, to make sure the cogs don't die in that area. And there you go, 3-star by Chris. I'm sorry, Casper. Alright, let me find the next one. Okay, the next hit will be hit by Amy. It's pretty funny. She sees the clan castle here, and she tries several times to get it out. In return, she also, um, um, what is it? Triggers a big bomb here, which is pretty good. Um, but so she will, I'm having a brain fart here. She will draw the CC troops out here, and she does a great job always by using her witches to kill the CC troops. The skeletons will distract the CC troops. And then she will set ground here to take out this area. Once the ground units enter the core, she's going to put cogs drop over here and span this way and have the heals placed strategically. Another reminder, guys, when you use the poison spell, especially for the air troops, if it's a ground troop, place this heal spell right on the ground troop. For example, BK, just place it on the BK. But just a reminder, for anything that's flying, that's what you want to aim for. It's hard to see here, but you want to aim for the shadow. There's a balloon shadow, and the dragon shadow is right over here. You want to aim for the shadow of the flying troops. That's where you place the poison. That's where they will get damaged. Excellent jump spell placement by Amy. She had some units here, she had some units here. Place a jump spell right in the center, and it barely crosses the core wall here. That way, your ground troops will enter the core. What happens? All these defenses will focus on your core, while your hogs can do damage and wipe from one side. Great 3-star from Amy. Next hit of Goho will be done by Chris, our Hogmaster. What he's going to do here, this is a new Town Hall 9, pretty much a maxed out Town Hall 8, so the base is not too bad, it's decent. What Chris will do here is hit from this side, and he uses his wall breakers, timing it precisely, using a jump here to enter the core. Once they've entered the core, he's going to use his hogs from this side to just pretty much wipe this way and use only one heal to kill the rest of the base. This is what I'm talking about. If you can get your group to the core center, and you have all these defenses focused on the on your golems and the group units, the ground units, your hogs will pretty much be somewhat untouched, and you don't have to utilize all the heal spells, or you can pretty much utilize the heal spells at the end. Great 3-star by Chris. Classic hit by Chris. Okay, so the next hit we're going to look at is by Beast, FT9, the Beast. He's going to show us how to use one golem for Goho. I prefer using 2 golems so you can spread it out wide. This is a decent base. It's a pretty good base, Town Hall 8. Looks like it's an anti-dragon base, and it tries to be an anti-hog base as well because you have a bunch of spaces that could have possible big bombs here. Um, Although the big bombs might be centered, that wouldn't be a good anti-hog base. But just because of the spaces, it tends to be an anti-hog and an anti-dragon base. But Beast pulls it off anyway. He's gonna send a golem over here, send the BK with the whiz behind it. He's gonna kill CC with the poison spells. Guys, the poison spells don't stack, okay? They don't stack. In other words, if you place 2 poison spells at once on any unit, it's not gonna do the extra damage. The poison spell is based on time consummation, time consumption. So what you want to do is place 1 heal spell on the CC, wait for that to die down, and before it dies down, place the second. I'm sorry, did I say heal spell? I meant poison spell. Place the second poison spell right below the dragon or the units, and that will definitely kill your dragon. You won't even have to do what Beast did here to use units to kill the CC. But anyway, we'll do that in some other video. I don't know, next year maybe. So once he does that, he's gonna send some hogs here and over here, and use heal spells properly. He pulls it off because he uses heal spells pretty well in this attack. However, when you do Goho attack, the whole point of your golems is to attract the attention of the defenses. So it's preferable against good clans. You don't want to send the hogs from an opposite direction. It defeats the whole purpose. If you send your golems, let's say from here, 1-2 golem, then you want to send the hogs close to it or next to it, or wait till your golems attract a lot of defensive attention, and then send the hogs in from an adjacent side. Adjacent meaning next to your ground units here or here, okay? But let me just show you his replay, and he gets it done anyway, using the heal spells precisely. Great move by Beast, saving the second poison spell for the skeletons. That's what you want to do. Otherwise, the BK and the skeletons will kill your hogs. Another pointer. If the base has heroes, that's where you want to do your golem attack from the BK side. Otherwise, the BK is going to roam around just killing your hogs. So, against good bases, you don't want to hit from a side that doesn't have heroes. You want to focus on your heroes and then send your hogs adjacent to your ground units, okay? So, great hit by Beast. He went ahead and 3-starred. Let's pick a few more and see what we can find. Okay, so I found what I've been looking for. Jody does a hit practically of what I've been trying to say in terms of Goho. She's going to poison the CC troops, and look where your BK is. Your BK is over here. So what she's going to do is pull out the CC troops and kill with the witches in the CC. And then spread out the golems, spread out the wizards, and you want to attack from this side because the BK is right here. Once your golems are somewhat inside, with wall breakers timed perfectly, away from the splash damage of your mortars and the wizard towers, once they're somewhat in the core, okay, that's when you want to send your hogs adjacent. That's what she does over here. It sends the hogs down here, and then the hogs will wipe across in a narrow path. So let's watch from Jody's hit. And this is the kind of hit I'm looking for when you do Goho, okay? Here we go. I'm going to slow this one down just a bit. Okay, look how her golem and her BK have triggered this double bomb right here, okay? And the golem here inside the core. So what's that going to do for all these defenses here? All these defenses are practically going to focus on your BK and your golem, leaving her hogs to one run wild. And that's what you want to do when you do a classic Goho hit. So let me choose one more. Actually, let me do two more. Brachy does a good hit. Let me choose one of them. Okay, so all these bases are practically almost the same setup. What I'm hoping Brachy will do here, I haven't watched the hit yet, but what I'm hoping that Brachy will do is pull out the CC, kill the CC from this side if the CC is still alive, spread out the golems. Here's your BK, so you want to hit from this side. Golems spread out, while breakers send out perfectly nicely. Try to open up this area here. Wizards behind, and same thing as what Jody did. Send the hogs from this side or this side, whichever, as long as it's adjacent to your ground troops. And then from there, go ahead and spam your heal appropriately. So let's go ahead and watch what Brachy does. Okay. Few things to learn here. You always, if you can, you always want to lure out your CC. Especially if you're doing Goho. If you're doing Goho, your CC troops will roam around and kill your hogs in good clans. This CC could have been lured easily by maybe one or just one hog, I think would have done fine. The place he hit was from the southern direction. I guess that's somewhat close to getting to the BK. But what I want you to take away from this is lessons to learn, pretty much. Don't send your ground troops unless you've killed the CC. If you can lure the CC out, lure the CC out. The BK's over here. You want to hit from this side. Alright, but let's go and watch what Brachy does. So Brachy sent out the hogs correctly. Brachy sent out the hogs adjacent to the ground troops. Once the ground units were inside the core, that's when he sent it out, and he's pretty much going to wipe out the base this way. Alright, great hit by Brachy. I want to show you one hit by, I think it was Frisky, I'm not sure. Yeah, Frisky. So, all those hits you've seen were pretty much classic Goho hits. Very good strategy. I believe a better strategy would be to use surgical Goho. In other words, once your golems are inside, okay, so for example here, pull out the CC, kill the CC, use your golems to hit from this angle because your BK is right here, and then from there, instead of just spawning a bunch of hogs in one place, because you risk double bombs, spring traps, things like that, that can get rid of a good chunk of your hogs. What you want to do is, with surgical Goho is once your golems are pretty much inside, attracting a lot of attention, what you're going to do is see which defenses are wide open for attack. Send 2 or 3 hogs there. Some people use 5. I use 2 or 3. If you use 5, that's not really surgical Goho. Okay, surgical Goho is a precise attack using minimal units and using them to the most efficiency. So for each defense, what Guidus does here is what Frisky does here is send 2 to 3 hogs at a time in different locations, going directly for specific defenses. So let me just show you how he does it and see if this is what you prefer, or if you prefer the classic way. Whatever you prefer, I really don't care. As long as you know how to do it, you do it well, and you can 3-star with it. But this is another way to do Goho. It's called Surgical Goho. And just to reiterate, so Frisky, I don't know why I keep saying Kaitis. Frisky uses 2 poison spells, one after the other. Not right away, but after a certain time before the first poison spell dies out, he's going to use a second poison spell to kill off the CC troops, the dragon. So like I said, it's based on time consumption. The poison spells do not stack, guys, okay? So just make sure you know that in case there are different strategies you want to use with the poison spells to kill the CC troops. Let me just slow it down here for you here so that you can see what Surgical Goho looks like. And you see, that's what Surgical Goho is about. It helps you avoid these big bombs, especially the double big bombs, and a bunch of traps. Frisky only had a few hogs, maybe 18 or 17, I'm not sure, like something like that. But as you can see, there's a lot of hogs left over, even though the hogs are level 3. So Surgical Goho will work for Channel 8s and will work for Channel 9s, especially. If used correctly, it'll make Channel 9s look very weak. So anyway, great hit by Frisky. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode 21 of Practically Goho. And this new war we're coming up against, they're called Empire Cabaroan. Apologize if I said that incorrectly. They're from New Zealand. Looks like it's going to be a fun war. Looks like we're going to win this war. Don't prove me wrong. Do not prove me wrong. Let's win this war, guys. Let's make it a streak. And I believe this will be a streak of... hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th win as a clown level 9. You guys have been doing great. Let's keep it up. If you lose, it's okay. You can win, you lose. It's just a game. But let's do our best and clash on, guys. I mean, hey, clash on.